Hello everybody. In this video, we'll try to understand what is Jupiter in Vedic astrology. So Jupiter is called Brihaspati or Guru or Deva Guru in Vedic astrology. And some people say Brihaspati is a kind of, it's not at all a planet. It's actually a figure that's actually the teacher of the gods. But the qualities of Brihaspati are completely similar to Jupiter, so you can equate Jupiter with Brihaspati. Jupiter is basically the Guru Brihaspati, or it's a Deva Guru basically, and it is one of the 9 planets, but it is considered to be the benefic or auspicious planet by its natural behavior. But if this particular Jupiter is a functionally malefic planet, its Mahadasha and Antardashas are not so good. Right? So when can you decide? When can you say Jupiter is functionally malefic? If it is your 6th, 8th, and or 12th lord of your horoscope, then yes, it doesn't behave very well. Its antardashas are not good if it is functionally malefic. Especially if your 6th house is in Sagittarius, or if your 8th house is in Sagittarius, or if your 12th house is in Sagittarius, then Jupiter is not considered to be a benefic planet, but it is considered to be a functionally malefic planet for you, and it is going to impact the house in which it is placed in. Right? Let us say somebody is Taurus ascendant, and then it is the 8th lord. Jupiter is the 8th lord because 8th house is what? 8th house is Sagittarius. So Jupiter is the 8th lord. Now this 8th lord, if it is directly sitting in the Lagna itself, then of course the person would suffer most of his life from obesity, because Jupiter is a big planet, and as it is a functionally malefic for Taurus ascendant people, and of course it's going to give some negative significations, and as it is sitting in the Lagna house itself, it's going to give some health related problems and obesity and all. Now, if you observe the nature of this particular planet, it is called as a planet of wisdom. It's a planet of expansion. So Jupiter represents the knowledge, teaching, spirituality, ethics, generosity, and it is called as the planet of prosperity. It's a sattvic planet basically. It means it's a pure and balanced planet. So it's a benevolent planet by default. It's very calm and optimistic in nature. The energy of Jupiter is very calm and optimistic. And another important thing is Jupiter is the significator of righteousness, significator of dharma. That's why it is called as a great benefic planet, as it is a significator of righteousness. When a person is righteous, or when a person is having a lot of Jupiter's influence, he would become righteous. But generally, righteous persons would not disturb the society, would not give much trouble to the society. Thereby, the society would be very much good. And one more important thing is, in ancient India, there was a strong belief that Jupiter saved Earth from many asteroids. So, in ancient India, people actually thought, they might have observed also something like asteroids. A lot of asteroids in the history of times tried to hit the Earth, but as Jupiter was in the path, so they only hit the Jupiter but not the Earth. Something like Jupiter saved the Earth. That's why Jupiter is treated as a kind of savior of Earth, right? It's a savior planet, we say. So in the sky, it is the largest planet of our solar system, and whenever it comes to a sign, it comes to that particular sign once in every 12 years. So it's Brihaspati is the name of this particular planet, and Brihaspati is the preceptor of the gods, teacher of the gods, or preceptor of the gods, we say. So it's an author of all the sacred hymns, we say. It's an advisor on righteousness, even to the gods. And he is married to Tara. So Brihaspati's name is Tara. Brihaspati's wife's name is basically Tara. And now you can always see the significations of the natural significations of Jupiter, or your body, your mind, your personality, your material life, basically your relationships, your spiritual life, your children. Jupiter is mainly the karaka of your children. If somebody's Jupiter is not so well, uh, we cannot guarantee much of these, like his personality, his material life, his auspiciousness, his spiritual life, and children may not be very good. And now, of course, Jupiter has the own signs, the Sagittarius and Pisces. We say Dhanu Rashi and Meena Rashi. In that, Sagittarius has more say. Like Sagittarius is the Mula Trikona house of Jupiter, and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, especially at 5 degrees, we say, and it is debilitated in Capricorn at 5 degrees. And there are so many discussions on that, but generally we say Jupiter is comfortable in Cancer, whereas it is not so comfortable in Capricorn. It doesn't exist in Capricorn, we say. And now the Mula Trikona of Jupiter and Sagittarius is, it's generally treated as the degrees 0 degrees to 10 degrees. Only in this area it is something like, it feels like it is in his office, and it works better there. And Jupiter has the karakas, general karakas we discussed, like children, spiritual life, relationships, material life, personality, and all. Means whether a person can be righteous or not can be decided by Jupiter only. If Jupiter placement is not so good, then the person, it's very difficult that the person can be seen as a righteous person. And if the ninth lord is very good, then also the person can become righteous. But still, if ninth lord is good but Jupiter is not so very well placed, the righteousness would be a bit decreased, we can say. And in female horoscopes, Jupiter is the karaka of husband. Basically, some people say Mars is the karaka of husband, but it is not the case. Jupiter is the main karaka of marriage of a female, or husband of that particular female. And now, as a benefit, Jupiter is very good in order to give the protection, optimism, ethical thinking, spiritual inclination, financial support. In order to give all this, if Jupiter is benefic, you will get all these things, no doubt. If Jupiter is malefic, or if it is afflicted by Rahu Ketu axis, means if your Jupiter is directly sitting on Rahu Ketu axis, or if it is functionally malefic, then it can bring some kind of laziness, false optimism, this kind of things, right? So if Jupiter is afflicted, we say the karakatwas of Jupiter are disturbed. Afflicted in the sense, if Jupiter is sitting on the Rahu Ketu axis, then you can see your body and mind, your personality, material life, spiritual life, relationships, children, these areas you would suffer to some extent, definitely. And of course, if your let us say so and so lots related to the, let us say if a person has a very good 7th house, right, then of course he would get a very good spouse. If female has a very good 7th house, 7th house dignity is very well, then what is the point in looking at the Jupiter? As 7th house lord is having lot of dignity, that the 7th house lord's dignity is much more, in comparison it is very much better than Jupiter, then yes, the female can get a very good spouse, even the Jupiter is not so comfortable in the horoscope, right? Now that is a fundamental thing, and Jupiter has some extra aspects. Every planet has 7th aspect, right? But Jupiter has some extra aspects like 5, 9. So Jupiter has 7th house aspect, of course, means wherever Jupiter sits, it sees the 7th house from it. In addition to that, it has 5th house from its position, 5th house aspect, and also ninth house aspect. Let us say Jupiter is sitting in the Lagna, the first house. Then Jupiter not only aspects the seventh house, it also aspects the fifth house and also the ninth house. Let us say Jupiter is sitting in the second house, then it not only observes or aspects the eighth house, but it also aspects the sixth house as well as the 10th house. And Jupiter aspects are always considered to be beneficial, irrespective of Jupiter being a functionally malefic or benefic. And in the Vimshottari Dasha system, right, Jupiter actually has 16 years of Dasha period. And Jupiter, if you observe, every year it moves one sign. It's an yearly movement is very key in predicting prosperity, expansion, and blessings in Gochara, that is the transit effects, right? So Gochara is nothing but the transit effects. If you observe your horoscope is a photo or a screenshot of the planets when you were actually born. But later, even after your birth, also the planets move, right? So the movement of planets would also impact the human life. Those can be understood by Gochara impact, the transit effects we say. Whereas your horoscope is having a permanent impact on your life, right? A permanent impact, but transit effects, some of the transit effects you cannot ignore. Some of them you can ignore, right? But some of them are very, very important. Something like the 2019 December, it was I think it was a big 6-planet conjunction occurred in the sign of Sagittarius. So thereafter, many people, the lives of many people changed after December 2019, because that's the transit effect. Because a kind of 6-planet conjunction with some solar eclipse occurred in the sign of Sagittarius. So that's a phenomenal impact on the human lives. And of course, thereafter, COVID came. Not just COVID. I'm talking about so many changes in so many people's lives, right? After December 2019, that's just because of the 6-planet conjunction. That's actually the transit effect. Now, in a woman's chart, Jupiter is very much important because it indicates the husband and the quality of married life also. So in general, it shows mentors, your teachers, your gurus, guru-like figures, or spiritual guides. This is the fundamental behavior of Jupiter. When Jupiter is weak or afflicted or combushed, what is this? Weak means if Jupiter is in your Capricorn, your Lagna chart, or in your Navamsha chart, that means Jupiter is considered to be weak. If Jupiter is on Rahu Ketu axis, we say it is afflicted. Not only that, let us say Jupiter is sitting somewhere, but Saturn is watching it with its 3rd aspect or 7th aspect or 10th aspect, because Saturn has those aspects. Then also Jupiter can have some, and lose some power because Saturn is watching it. Now, if it is combust, that means when Sun is coming very closer to Jupiter, that means Jupiter is almost, the Jupiterian qualities are a bit lost. Sometimes if the combustion is very, very closer, then most of its qualities are lost, right? Then you need to perform some remedies because your Jupiter is not good. If your Jupiter is not good, if it is a functionally benefic, then yes, you need to increase your Jupiter power, right? You need to increase your Jupiter power because it is a benefic, but it is afflicted because of Rahu Ketu axis, or if it is burned due to the closeness of Sun, or if it is weaker as it is sitting in the Capricorn. But Jupiter is sitting in the Capricorn, but it is the functionally benefic for you according to your Lagna. If it is functionally malefic, then okay, it's not a problem. Then you can just chant mantras, Jupiter mantras. That is going to, then Jupiter will not harm you much. But if Jupiter is benefic and it is not having enough strength, then you need to add strength to it. Then means you need to add more yellow things to your life. You need to wear yellow dresses and all. So worshipping of Lord Vishnu or Brihaspati is one of the important things. Wearing pukhraj, the yellow sapphire, or wearing some yellow dresses, especially on Thursdays, can add more Jupiter to your life, more Jupiterian energy to your life. Because Jupiter is a functionally benefic for you. If it is functionally malefic, you should not add yellow to your life. Instead, you should chant Jupiter mantras, or you should go to Dakshinamurti temples. You should always go to Dattatreya temples, or you need to chant Guru mantras and all if it is malefic, right? But if it's benefic and weak, then you need to strengthen it, right? You need to give a lot of strength to it. So if it is malefic, definitely you can chant Jupiter mantras, you can donate yellow items, right? So that your yellow negative energy would be reduced. You need to chant Jupiter mantras, right? So this is the fundamental thing about Jupiter. Jupiter is considered to be a planet of expansion, it can expand the things because it's a bigger planet also. It's able to expand the things. Wherever it sits, it is going to expand those qualities. It's going to give you wisdom, wealth, divine grace, basically. If Jupiter is good, what happens? Even if your horoscope is not good, the whole horoscope is not good, but only Jupiter is good, then you would be saved then also, by divine grace. You would have a lot of problems because all the planets are gone, but Jupiter alone is good. Jupiter is going to help you. Jupiter can give you that divine grace. So a strong Jupiter can bring protection, optimism, ethical values, good teachers in your life, spiritual growth in your life. That's a very good thing. It is a planet of prosperity. But if a Jupiter is poorly placed somewhere, then it will give you overconfidence. It will give you a kind of confusion in judgment, right? If it is poorly placed, if it is negatively placed, if it is functionally malefic, then it is going to be a bit uh, more problematic. For that only I told you the remedies. You need to chant Jupiter mantras. You need to donate yellow items like turmeric, chana dal on Thursdays to some poor or some people, so that your negativity would be reduced. So thanks for watching this video. I will try to make what happens when Jupiter is in the first house, second house, third house, this these things. Thank you for watching this video.